In this video, we are going to be talking about how the next 3 months can be the most profitable months of your life. Let's jump right into it. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Brad Sherman, and on this channel we explore tips, strategies, and experiences that I have had that will help you start and build up your Amazon FBA wholesale business. In this video, we are going to be coming at you with some more knowledge, and this time, guys, we are talking about Q4, October through December, the holiday season, the most profitable time of the year for e-commerce sellers and retail. As you guys know, last year Q4 was crazy. It was the first Q4 we experienced during a pandemic, so we're going to be dropping a ton of knowledge for you guys. I'm going to share my past experiences as well as some things that you have to put in place in order to make the next 3 months the most profitable months of the year for you. Before we jump into it, if you guys do enjoy these videos, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well if you do want to stay up to date on all of the future wholesale content. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay guys, I have the whiteboard behind me and the markers, so we're going to be diving into some great content on Q4. Guys, and the way I'm structuring this video is I'm breaking down my tips and strategies for beginners. So if this is your first Q4, and experienced sellers if this is maybe a second, third, or fourth Q4. Before we start the video and break it down, I want to put a statistic up here, and that is Amazon sellers, right? E-commerce sellers, they make over 50% of their entire year's revenue during October, November, and December. So that's over half your entire year's revenue actually accumulated in 3 months out of the year. So do not underestimate the potential of Q4. So on the left side here, I want to have my beginners, right? My beginner Amazon sellers, if this is your first Q4. And then on the right side here, I'm going to have my experienced Amazon sellers. So we're going to break down some tips and strategies according to these. And guys, this applies to you if you've been selling for maybe under a year. This is your first Q4. Maybe you got a little bit of Q4 experience last year but didn't get the full effect of it. This is if you're over 1 year. So if you're over 1 year's experience, you have a couple Q4s under your belt, these are going to be the strategies for you. So guys, this is all done in an effort to maximize your profit. These are real strategies that I use, that I'm going to use over the next few months to make them the next few months the most profitable for me. So anything I display here is all advice that I do myself. Let's start over here, right? And number one tactic, and this is not necessarily in an order of most importance, I'm just breaking down the top strategies that I'm using, is that we have to do market research. And what do I mean by that? Guys, I want you to start searching for products on Amazon, products from last year. Go through their holiday catalog. Start looking at toys, right? There were a ton of toys that Amazon sold out of last year, and you were able to capitalize on them through retail and online arbitrage because you were going to the store, buying them from Target, Walmart, and buying them at retail, and then Amazon was out of stock, so you were able to capitalize on that gap in the market and make a super high profit margin. This is also going to apply for experienced sellers. You have to be doing market research. Look at Keepa trends, right? Start looking at product listings, start looking at Amazon's catalog and see products that Amazon sold out. Not only this, but experienced sellers, if you have a couple Q4s under your belt, take a look at your orders from last year and see what you sold. Make a list and start gauging velocity. How many units can you actually move in the given period of time? And then you can work on finding these items in the stores. Again, look at repeat patterns, historical trends. Guys, the historical trends and the Keepa chart is the best way to see and predict future trends. Guys, I just put out a video on how to read a Keepa chart in depth. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to check it out above. We go into a ton of detail in that video. Number 2, for beginner sellers is going to be, and guys, I know it seems like I say this all the time, but you have to contact more companies, right? If you want wholesale accounts, this is a business of rejection, right? It's a numbers business. You're going to get rejected 9 times out of 10. So the only way to increase your closure rate is to contact more companies. Contact 100 a week. If you can't do 100, contact 75. You know, any little bit counts. It's just going to get you there faster. It's going to increase your account closure rate. Experienced guys, right? My experienced guys over here, guys, we have to be placing orders with our suppliers. If you have not placed a Q4 order yet, you really got to get on this, because you are behind if you have not placed any orders with your suppliers. Myself, I started placing orders with my suppliers back in July, pre-booking orders for the holiday season, and that's what has to be done, especially now as we are in the midst of a major supply chain shortage. So look at Keepa trends, analyze Keepa, determine how much units you think you're going to sell, and then make an order for Q4 based on what your past orders have been for the product and based on Keepa. Guys, number 3, and this is going to apply to both my experienced and beginners, that is get your shipping supplies. This is going to be critical. Guys, last year I was overnighting boxes from Uline. I'll tell you a quick story. I had to drive to a local box manufacturer and pay 3 times the amount for boxes last year because I ran out of boxes for a certain wholesale product that I was merchant fulfilling. So we have to make sure we have adequate supplies on hand. There's nothing wrong with over ordering supplies. You're most likely always going to use them. This means boxes of all different sizes, tape, bubble wrap, air pillows, right? These are all critical elements because we're going to be doing a lot of merchant fulfillment during Q4. My experienced guys, take a look at what you sold last year and the year before and get some box sizes that are going to be best suited and most versatile for the product you plan to be shipping out. The next tip here, and for beginner sellers, the next tip I'm gonna say is for retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, right? For RA, start scanning. Start scanning products in stores, get a feel for it, get an idea of how products are selling. You know, see if there's any profit out there right now. Stores are gonna start running their deals, you know, Target, these different department stores are gonna start running their deals now pre-Q4. So once we get into Q4, you're gonna have the Black Friday deals and all that. So start getting an idea of retail arbitrage. Get out there and source, scan product, look at Keepa charts. OA, right? If you utilize OA, if you use OA, I highly recommend getting tactical arbitrage, because what you can do is you can run scans of different stores to source product online. And a tip for this is I would start to widen the rank of the products that you are looking at. You know, if you normally don't look at any products under 100,000 in toys and games, maybe widen that to something like 300,000, because what's going to happen is demand is going to pick up. You can look at the Keepa chart and you might see that during Q4, certain categories like toys and games is going to significantly increase in sales volume. Same thing over here, guys. Same type of thing applies if you're using retail arbitrage as an experienced seller. Look at your orders from last year and gauge velocity. Get out a pen and paper or an Excel spreadsheet and really start just research all the product that you sold last year and the year before and plan for this coming Q4. Also, it's important to be getting out there and scanning as well, because there's going to be new product that you didn't come across last year, new product that never was out last year, different trends in terms of toys, games. So make sure you guys are not only looking at your orders from last year, but you're also looking at new trends as well. Number 5 here, guys, and for this is going to apply to both beginners and my experienced sellers, and that is make sure your seller account is in good standing. This applies to both. So what does that mean? Take a look at your Amazon Seller Central dashboard, go to account health, and look at the different policy violations, right? Do you have any policy violations? Intellectual property complaints, customer complaints, condition complaints. And now is the time to really work on opening a case in Amazon, working with your supplier, trying to get the proper compliance documentation in order to get those dings removed from your account. You don't want to be in a position in Q4 where your Amazon account gets shut down, right? That would be a total nightmare because you're missing out on all those sales during the holiday season. That's like a complete worst case scenario. If you're an experienced seller, you've been selling on Amazon for a long time, your account has positive reviews, you don't have too many policy violations, you should be okay, but you always want to err on the side of caution with Amazon because, as we know, they tend to throw things at you from random angles, shoot first and ask questions later. So just make sure your Amazon account is in good standing so that you are in the best position to make the most money possible during this holiday season. The final point that I just want to talk about, guys, and to be honest with you, I could keep going here, but these are just, I want to lay out my top points and just tips that you can use to make a lot of money during this holiday season. So we're going to talk about restock limits for a moment, and this applies to both categories of beginners and experienced sellers. In terms of restock limits, Amazon recently implemented a significant restock limit on the amount of product and goods that you can send into their fulfillment center. If Amazon has almost changed their business model from being a storage company and almost acting like your warehouse to actually just wanting your inventory in and out as fast as possible. They'll do the shipping for you for fulfillment by Amazon, but they want to keep you right around a 30-day sell-through rate. You have to clean up your restocks. I know a lot of sellers who overnight had to change business models because the amount of goods that they had in Amazon's warehouse was significantly over the limitation of their restocking ability. So what you need to do is you need to go to your inventory dashboard, take a look at some key performance indicators: excess inventory, stranded inventory, FBA in-stock rate. These are all categories that you need to improve in order to increase your restock ability through Amazon. And this can be done. My number one method for doing this is to start buying products that have a quick sell-through rate. Only send in a maximum of 30 days supply into Amazon, if less. If possible, if you can send in less than a 30-day supply, start turning inventory in 2 to 3 weeks. Now Amazon is going to see you as fitting their criteria of being right around that 30-day sell-through rate. Another component is if you have stale inventory, right? Inventory that's just been sitting for a while. Reprice it, start dumping that inventory. If you have to break even or even take a small loss, it's going to be better for you than to hold that inventory for Q4 because of the restock limitations. That's it for this video, guys. I hope that provided you with as much value as possible. Again, I wanted to break down Q4 for you, share with you my experiences and strategies that are going to put you in a position to make 50% of your entire year's revenue during 3 months. Do not underestimate the power of Q4. I'm telling you, buy product, and don't be afraid to take risks this holiday season, and it's going to pay off for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps out the videos in the YouTube algorithm and continues to enable me to make more content for you guys. If you're not subscribed, make sure to smash that subscribe button and notification bell as well if you do want to stay up to date on all of the future wholesale content that I will be putting out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.